The last person to truly disrupt books was Jeff Bezos. That was nearly 30 years ago. He put them online, made them searchable, delivered them to your door in 2 days, then to your Kindle in 2 seconds. But here's what didn't change. The fundamental experience of consuming a book remained exactly the same. You still read words on a page or listen to someone narrate them. The format shifted paper to pixels to audio, but the interaction model, identical to what existed 500 years ago when Gutenberg fired up his printing press. Books are still broadcasts. One author speaking to millions. The same exact content for everyone. Think about how insane that is for a second. In the last 20 years, we've gone from MapQuest printouts to Waze rerouting you in real time. From Yellow Pages to Google knowing what you're searching for before you finish typing. From Blockbuster to Netflix that learns your taste better than you know it yourself. Every major information product has become adaptive, personalized, and interactive. Except books. They're still frozen artifacts. Beautiful, profound, important, but completely static. At Pantheon AI, we're building the first real disruption to books in a generation. Not by changing where you buy them or what device you read them on. By fundamentally transforming what a book even means. By turning knowledge consumption into knowledge conversation. Here's the vision. Every book becomes a living entity. Every author becomes accessible. Every idea becomes explorable in infinite directions based on what you need, not what the average reader needs. You're reading 0 to 1. Don't just absorb Peter Thiel's frameworks, debate them with him. Challenge his assumptions about monopolies. Ask how his thinking applies to your specific startup. Explore the ideas he references but doesn't fully unpack. You're studying Marcus Aurelius? Don't just read Meditations, have a Socratic dialogue about Stoicism, tailored to the challenges you're actually facing in 2025. Ask how ancient philosophy intersects with modern neuroscience. Go as deep as you want on any single passage. You're learning physics from Feynman. Don't just listen to his lectures, interrupt him when you're confused. Make him explain it 5 different ways until it clicks for your brain specifically. Have him draw analogies to things you already understand. This is what knowledge should have evolved into. The reason it hasn't? The technology wasn't there. Building truly authentic digital personas requires more than just feeding text into a language model and hoping for the best. It requires deep knowledge architectures that understand not just what someone said, but how they think. It requires voice synthesis advanced enough to capture the subtle patterns of speech that make someone feel real. It requires latency so low that conversation flows naturally, not with awkward 3-second gaps that destroy the immersion. We've built that stack. The full pipeline from knowledge ingestion to voice-native interaction, optimized specifically for creating authentic representations of the world's greatest minds. And here's why this matters beyond just cooler books. We're building the knowledge infrastructure for how humanity will learn in the future. Pantheon AI isn't a reading app. We're not a productivity tool. We're the knowledge company creating the technology that lets you have a genuine intellectual relationship with ideas, not just passive exposure to them. Because here's the truth. The format we use for knowledge transfer shapes what knowledge we can actually transfer. Books were revolutionary because they let ideas spread beyond the handful of people who could physically sit in a room with a teacher. But they also created a limitation. They froze the teaching into one static form that couldn't adapt to different learners. For centuries, that was the best we could do. Now it's not. We can finally build what Steve Jobs envisioned in 1985 when he said he was jealous of Aristotle's students, not because of what they learned, but because of how they learned it. Through dialogue, through questions and answers, through a dynamic back and forth that met them exactly where they were. Jobs said that one day, technology would let us ask Aristotle a question. That future isn't coming. It's here. And it's not just Aristotle. It's every author, every thinker, every expert whose work has shaped how we understand the world. All accessible, all conversational, all personalized to how you learn best. The last disruption to books put them at your fingertips. This one puts them in conversation with you.